Hey, what's up, guys? Chris Flick here, man. Hope you guys are all staying healthy during this freaking pandemic crisis thing we got going on here. So during this little break, I decided I'm going to read a fiction book. I've been reading some heavy books. Ordinary Men was heavy. Some of these other books are super heavy, super dense, and my brain is like going bonkers. So I started reading Jurassic Park based off a recommendation. And around the same time, about 5 days before I start that book, we got a bunch of baby chickens. So we got 6 baby chickens in our bathroom, and every time I peek in there to check on them or go give them food or water, I keep thinking of these freaking raptors and all these other little birds that they're talking about in this book. So it was like terrible timing. Terrible timing to read this book, I think, because now every time I look at these chickens, I see miniature dinosaurs, which they kind of are, to be quite honest. But anyhow, so, you know, in my mind, I'm like, I gotta read, fiction books are crap. I gotta read real life stuff, this, that, and the other thing. But when it comes down to it here, there's some good lessons involved in some of these things. And, you know, when I was reading Jurassic Park, he brings up one of the guys in it, Ian Malcolm. I think the dude's name was Jeff Goldblum in the movie, but he plays a mathematician in the movie. And everything in his mind is explained by chaos theory, where it's almost like that butterfly effect, where everything we do, that little drop of water that comes down, it hits your hand. It might hit your hand and roll off this way the first time. It does, but the next time it hits your hand in that same spot, it doesn't mean it's going to roll off that way. It might go here, it might go this way, it might kind of stay there. You know, there's all these variables that go into everything that goes on. And just because something happens doesn't mean that it's going to be a linear thing. And he goes on to explain, you know, this is an incredible quote. You know, a day is like a whole life. You start out doing one thing, but end up doing something else. You plan to run an errand, but never get there. At the end of your life, your whole existence has that same haphazard quality too. Your whole life has the shape as a single day. So when you look at these things over the long haul, in the book he talked about cotton prices. These daily, weekly, monthly fluctuations might look like this, but at the end of the day, when you look at it over the whole year, over the course of decades or your entire life, it's going to be fairly constant and fairly consistent. You know, things aren't linear. Like I said, linearity is an artificial way of viewing the world. Real life isn't a series of interconnected events occurring one after the other like beads strung on a necklace. Life is actually a series of encounters in which one event may change those that follow in a wholly unpredictable, even devastating way. So when we think about what's going on right now, we had this great plan. You know, we talked about hitting certain goals at certain times. Talked about paying off debt at certain times. Well, right now we don't work. It's hard to find work. Everything is shut down. You're going to have to get creative with yourself. You're going to have to understand that over the long haul, over the course of life, things are going to be okay. I do honestly believe in that. I believe in humanity. I believe we're going to get through this thing. But we have to keep it all in perspective. And these day-to-day things, like I said, you know, we might be in chaos right now. We might be experiencing chaos, and it might be looking like a big down hit. But over the course of our lifetime, things are going to level out, and things are going to be easy. And all these little fluctuations from day to day are going to happen for our entire life. But just keep it in mind, a lesson learned from me and Malcolm in Jurassic Park. Michael Crichton, great book. Lost World is next. Hope you guys have a good day today. Peace, everybody.